Diaspora Commission. I could remember that even as of last year, we had an engagement with the people outside the country on the issue of how do we leverage on the diaspora resource for the development of our society. And I think one of the takeaway of that program, which was held at the Villa, was that the human resource development of the country should not be seen only from the perspective of what is contained within the four walls of the territory of that state, but what are the quality of people who have led the source of the country and have acquired more knowledge, exposure, and experience, and that the way to develop is to ensure that these resources are properly monitored and next are translated to meaningful development for our society. So in this regard, I'm very happy that our state governments are taking the issue of having proper engagement with diaspora by creating focal offices for diaspora. And the net effect of this is that the country, Nigeria, being a federation, the net effect of our development will be the aggregate development in the component states that we have in the country. So I charge the focal persons to take this as a very important task, beyond which we will be able to see that we harness the important human resource that we have both in Nigeria together working for the development of the country. And of course, I've looked at the various thematic focus for discussion for this top summits, which are contained in the brochure. I believe that if we're able to achieve looking through those issues and coming up with workable solutions and pragmatic approach to issue of leveraging of resources, it will be a very big leap for us in achieving the diaspora goal. Then beyond that, I also need to say that there are certain challenges which beyond the theme of this program we must look at. One of it is we must, as a matter of giving ourselves a timeline, to come up with diaspora policy. I know the Commission is already working on that, but all our efforts will be focused. We'll be able to draw up achievable targets if we're able to finalize on a diaspora policy that would have the input of all stakeholders, both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. The second challenge I also foresee is that there's a need for us to address what I call citizen integrity. And that's a wake-up call to that came against the backdrop of the recent ban on immigration from Nigeria. The challenge we have, which must confront as Nigerians, and if we don't raise it, we will not be able to solve the problem, is that today it is not really possible to say that everybody holding Nigerian passport is a Nigerian. And that has a lot of other undercurrents. One, our ban registration system, with respect, I'm sure there's a need to look at it to ensure that it has integrity. Virtually everybody within this territory can acquire birth certificate because there is no foolproof and proper method to be able to do so. Even our international passports, also we need to look at it. How do we ensure that everybody holding international passport or Nigerian passport, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, are actually Nigerian? Then how do we also ensure that we have an effective database? We talk about diaspora. How many Nigerians do we really, well, even within the context of our own country, we don't even know how many Nigerians that we have. We rely more often than not on statistics thrown at us by international organizations, 120, 180 million, 200 million, 230 million. We need to address issue of citizen integrity by ensuring that we will know those of us who are Nigerians and those who pretend to be Nigerian and even use the cloak of being Nigeria to perpetrate atrocities outside the country. And closely tied to that is our citizen identification method. The NIMC need to be strengthened. We need to rethink even the philosophy behind the citizen registration. Is it about raising money? Is it revenue based, or is it to ensure that every Nigerian is identified? I'm still at loss, and I'm not speaking for the Nigerian Senate, why the card should be the most important thing, rather than first get our database right, get some form of number for identification, and ensure that even the data that we collected over the years have been sanitized. If we have a country of anonymous people, so in tackling our diaspora resources without resolving issue of citizen integrity, proper identification of who are Nigerians, and even knowing who they are and what they are doing. And tied to this is also that we talk about leveraging on diaspora resources. A lot of people leave this country to go and get themselves dehumanized, and also in the process dehumanize our country. Just about a week ago, there was an alert at the Ministry of Interior that certain people are going for employment outside Nigeria. When I read the so-called contract of employment, it is short of an article of a statement. So we need, as part of the work of the diaspora, is to ensure that even people who are leaving the country, even purportedly as professionals, must be able to register the agencies, taking them out of Nigeria, track where they are employed, and know the mode of employment, and a way to effectively, periodically, know whether they are really in those employment or are being used for some other ulterior motive. These are part of responsibility that we think we must take away from this summit. The Diaspora Commission must do it, and I can assure you, with the best of ability at the Legislative House, and I'm speaking for my colleague Tolu Shadipe, we do our best to give legislative backing to such a process. I thank you for listening, and I wish you a good summit. Thank you very much.